We're gonna fly over to good old Ecruteak. We're gonna go inside the house up here. Tin Tower is off limits to anyone without Ecruteak's Gym's badge. Ah, Ecruteak's Gym badge. Please, go right through. Thank you. Here we go, guys. Taking the long walk. And here it is, the Tin Tower. A legendary Pokemon is said to roost here. Well, I hope it's ready because we are going to catch ourselves a legendary here. Let me very quickly pull up the map just so I don't get freaking lost in here. Okay, let's do it, guys. I love how you have that pillar in the middle that's always shaking. I love that effect in the Bellsprout Tower too. I always thought that was really, really cool. But as far as Pokemon are concerned, the only Pokemon you can find here are Rattata and Zubat. So, not really a lot of good Pokemon you can find, but that's okay. And yeah, you have to get through this little jump puzzle. This is going to be very frequent throughout the entire tower. I should also mention that I don't think the Rattatas and Ghastlys are a very high level either, so they're not even going to really give you much experience to work with, so don't even bother with trying to use them. Okay, where do I want to go next? There's actually a few different staircases I can take. Oh, and there's also items too. Super Potion, I can't carry that. I'd like to, but okay, I can't go this way. Let's go jump over here now. Here we have Escape Rope. Don't think that's going to be really that necessary, but I'll take it anyway. I can't go up here either. Guess we'll have to follow it over here now. Repel? I don't think so. I think I'm going to run out of repels just as I reach the top, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, here's where I need to be a little careful, because if I make a mistake, I have to do quite a bit of backtracking, honestly. Let's see, I want to go up. Do I want to go down here, though? No, I don't. I want to go... Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. Let's see, I want to go down this way. And... those items look very, very nice, but I want to keep going. Okay, next floor. Gotta go all the way around. I think we're reaching the top, too, so we'll be there in just a moment. Oh boy, guys. Almost there. I'm guessing these red blocks are transporters, so you don't necessarily want to touch them. Okay, that takes you over here. Takes you over here. Oh, okay, I think this takes you to the next floor. Oh, it does, so I need to test my luck here. Oh, here's an item. Nuggets! I am going to make room for that. Money makes the world go round, don't you know? Are there any items I don't really care about? Let me do this. I'm just going to give the experience share to someone just so it's not in my inventory at the moment. So I really want that nugget. Okay, let's go back. Then try this one. Ooh, what's this? Max Elixir. Eh. 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 Okay, that's not where I want to go anyway. Let's try going over this way now. Let's hear Max Revive. I'll take it. Here's the warp I want to go to. I think this is going to pretty much take me right to the top. Here we have Full Restore. Okay, Full Restore is a good item. I definitely want to have that. I'm going to go ahead and put the Soft Sand in Wispy's hands, just so I have room for this. Full Restore. Oh boy, here we go. I think we're at the top, guys. We are! Okay. Let's do this. Save our game, just in case this goes wrong. It can always go wrong, so definitely do not want to make that mistake. And let's fight this Pokemon. Shahoo! Here's the legendary exclusive and the Pokemon on the box art of Pokemon Gold. We have Ho-Oh, the legendary Phoenix Bird Pokemon. So, as usual, we're going to make it Thunder Waved. One attack you want to look out for is Sacred Fire. It is Ho-Oh's signature attack, so be careful. I think I'll be fine if I use Spark. I don't think he'll actually faint. Considering we're at the same level anyway, so shouldn't faint anyway. There's Sacred Fire. Very flashy attack. But I'm Water Pokemon, so that's not going to do too much. I want to see how much Water Gun does. Probably not too much. Okay. I might be able to get another Spark in there. I'm going to go for it. Okay, that's pretty good. I kind of wish I would have brought Terran with me, though, or King Kienzen, because he would have been nice to have that false swipe with me. But it is what it is. Is there anything else I can do to whittle away this last bit of damage? I don't want to use Whirlpool, though. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm obviously not going to use the Master Ball because there are going to be more legendaries in this playthrough, and they're going to be at a higher level too, so I don't want to waste my Master Ball on a kind of an inferior Pokemon, I guess you could say. And yeah, that is something we are going to have to look out for, because Ho-Oh does have Recover. Thankfully it doesn't restore status ailments. That would have been really annoying. But it is going to recover HP, and it's going to recover HP a lot, so... this could be a very long and drawn-out battle. Oh! Critical hit, but he put him right where I wanted him to be. This is probably going to be the best chance for me to catch him. Don't think I'll ever be able to get him this low. So this should theoretically work. Nope. Didn't even shake. No! Recover, why? Why? Oh! Yeah, I hate to see that. Thank God, yes! Oh, you have been caught. Thankfully, I didn't have to redo that too many times. Like, I feel like it took me way longer to get Zapdos in Pokemon Blue than it did to get Ho-Oh here, but it still took a while. And very recently, in fact, it was actually yesterday, in terms of when I'm recording this episode, Nintendo lost a very, very important person. Satoru Iwata actually passed away. And in honor of him, I'm going to name Ho-Ho after the president himself, Iwata. Thank you for all you've done for gaming. You will be missed. Rest in peace. Please understand, you are an inspiration to us all. Okay, there we go. We have Ho-Ho, and with that, we're actually done with the Johto Revisitation Tour. Now, there are still some things we can do. There's still the Whirl Islands for one, and there are some Pokemon I have to catch, and there's also the roaming legendaries too, which I haven't actually gone over yet. But I'm going to actually save that stuff for later, when I feel like my inventory is a lot better and I don't have to worry about Pokemon training. I can just focus on legendary hunting and stuff like that. So I am going to pass up on that for now. I will definitely do it later though. And I cannot use an escape rope here. That's kind of lame. But yeah, I am actually going to end the session. In between sessions, next session's obviously going to be making my way towards Victory Road and the Elite Four and everything. But in between sessions, I have a lot of Pokemon I can catch now. I'm going to be doing a lot of revisitation of the sea routes. Going to be doing a lot of fishing and stuff like that. I'm also going to try to capture Teddiursa, because I still need that Pokemon as well. I'm going to have to wait till I just get one of my sleep Pokemon and see if I can put it to sleep and then try to catch it afterwards. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing in between sessions. So it's going to be a fairly eventful post-session, I guess you could say. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all of the comments, all of the other amazing things you've brought to this playthrough. This playthrough continues to be definitely one of my favorite playthroughs that I've had for a while. Not that my playthroughs have been bad necessarily, but you know. I've really been enjoying this, and I hope you guys have been enjoying it too. I really, really do. You guys have, it's been a lot of fun to do this playthrough for you guys. It's such a joy to go back to the world of Pokemon once again. You guys know I am a huge fan of Pokemon, and I love Pokemon to death, so it's always a pleasure when I can play a game of this magnitude for you guys. But that's it for the mushy stuff. As usual, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time when we do more Pokemon Gold. Later, folks. Hello, everybody. SwimKirby here. Welcome to another post-segment. Like the old post-segments, this is actually going to be a very long one. We catch a lot of Pokemon, and we evolve a lot of Pokemon this time. First up, we have Shellder. You can find Shellder in the water next to Newbark Town. Has kind of a low encounter rate, but nothing that shouldn't take you too long to find. And I'm going to name Shellder Noki after the Super Mario Sunshine, not enemy, but the creatures that you can find in Delfino Plaza. Next up we have Staryu. I found this Staryu in Cherry Grove City. You can only find it during the nighttime though, so keep that in mind. And it only has like a 10% chance of being found, so it's kind of a low encounter rate, but if you just keep fishing for a while with your good rod, you should be able to find it no problem. The other Pokemon you can get in this fashion, but during the day, is another Pokemon we'll get later in this segment. I'll talk about that then. But I'm going to name Staryu after the classic SpongeBob character, probably my favorite character in SpongeBob, honestly. Patrick Star, the starfish. Next up we have Goldeen. You can actually catch Goldeen very, very early on in the playthrough. You can actually catch it with a I almost said gold rod. You can almost catch it with an old rod in areas like the Union Cave and just other areas of that nature. So you can find it pretty early. I just didn't really worry about it until now. I wanted to wait until I had a pretty good place where I could train all of these water Pokemon, and sure enough, the route south of Blackthorn is pretty good for that. I also forgot to press the A button here for some reason, so sorry for the humongous waste of time, but at least I could kind of explain that whole thing. And I'm going to name Goldeen after a Mario enemy, I believe. I'm going to name it after the classic CheepCheep. After thinking about it, I guess maybe Rip Von Fish would have been a better name. I don't know. Goldeen just doesn't seem like... I don't know. Goldeen seems like it'd be somewhat of a violent fish. And I mean, I guess CheepCheeps are too. They can leap out of the water and make your day a living hell, so... whatever. It's CheepCheep. Explanation over. Next, Fisherman Wilton finally called me and told me that Remoraids were in season. So I went to... it was the route to the right of Mahogany. That's where you can find Fisherman Wilton. And I was able to catch a Remoraid. And I'm going to name it... the name's not going to really make much sense right now. It's going to make more sense when it actually evolves, which it will evolve in this segment as well. But I'm going to actually name it Octavian. And again, we'll see why that is a little bit later. Here's Teddiursa, finally decided to go back to the route south of Blackthorn. Actually, I may have caught this Teddiursa in the Dark Cave, actually. Because you can also find it in the Dark Cave on the Blackthorn City side of the cave. And yes, I was able to capture him. It was kind of really difficult to capture him, though, because I actually did not have any Pokemon that knew sleep moves. But I'm going to nickname this guy TeddyKK, after a viewer of mine. The reason why I'm naming him this is he actually won a small little out-of-nowhere contest during one of my streams where I was like, hey, whoever gets the right answer, they'll get a Pokemon named after him. And sure enough, he was the one that got the question right, and I was like, you know what, sure, I'll make you a Pokemon. And in fact, I still need a Pokemon name for Teddiursa, so there you go. Next up, we have Corsola. Corsola is the Pokemon you can find during the day at Cherry Grove instead of Staryu. That's really all I have to say about it. I don't have a nickname for it yet, so feel free to give me one in the comments section. Next, we have the evolution of Celeste, my Togepi, into Togetic. Togepi evolves via happiness, so get that happiness rolling if you want a Togetic. Here we have Octavian, the Remoraid, which I just caught not too long ago. I believe it evolves at 25? 25, 27, it's in the 20s, so not a very long way to actually get Octillery, which is the evolved form. And that's why I named it Octavian, because that seemed like an octopus type of name. Here we have Goldeen. It evolves into Seaking at level 33. Yeah, 33. And that's CheepCheep. Next we have Slowpoke. My name's Slowsis. It evolves into Slowbro at level 37. Finally, I was able to get this one up to its appropriate level. Next up, we have Natu, which I still don't have a nickname for. I might have it at this point. I don't really know for sure. But regardless, it's evolving. It evolves at level 25. I only had to raise it like a few levels, so it didn't even take me that long either. Next up, we have Psyduck. Psyduck evolves at level 33, much like Goldeen. It evolves into Golduck, so now we have Quackers the Golduck. That's quacktastic. Here we have AlanEdgeHead the Marill. It evolves into Azumarill at level 18. I literally only had to raise it 3 levels before it evolved. So that was like the quickest evolution ever. Next we have SwimKirby the Poliwag. I also did the evolution for HypnoToad as well. And here's my favorite Pokemon in all of existence, Poliwhirl. He looks so freaking awesome. Here we have Skinly the Dratini. I hate raising Dratinis and the pretty much any member of the Dratini family. It evolves at level 30. It has a very slow experience rate, so it takes a long time to evolve those guys. Here is Griff the Machop. He evolves at level 28 into a Machoke. I can actually start doing some more trait evolutions now. I can actually get the 4 trait evolutions from Kanto and then a few more as well. And here we have Tyrogue's 3 evolutions. First we have Hitmontop, who has to have equal attack and defense when it reaches level 20. You may have to use manipulation for this, but I actually did not have to in my playthrough, believe it or not. And I'm going to give this the nickname Carlton, because it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Next we have the second evolution of Tyrogue. This is Hitmonchan. This is when defense is higher than attack at level 20. That's how you get Hitmonchan. I'm going to name him after Little Mac from Punch-Out! Thought that it was appropriate since Super Smash Bros. 4 just came out. Thought it was a good name. And obviously the last Tyrogue evolution is going to end up being Tyrogue into Hitmonlee, where if you haven't figured it out, that's basically when your attack is higher than your defense at level 20. And for those who don't get the Carlton reference, just look at Hitmontop's moving animation in Generation 6, specifically Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because it does the Carlton so frickin' well. And I'm going to name Hitmonlee after a very good friend of mine. I'm going to name it after YouTube user Monkey Manor. However, due to space reasons, I'm going to name it Monk Manor. I think he would approve of that name too, so works for me. Next up, we have TeddyKK, the Teddiursa. It evolves at level 30 into an Ursaring. Very vicious bear Pokemon who has a giant circle on his belly. What is with that circle, anyway? And finally, I was able to raise a second Pokemon via happiness. My Igglybuff finally got enough happiness to evolve into a Jigglypuff, so I have a Jigglypuff again. Now I just need to find a Moonstone and then get its final evolution, but that's not going to be for a very long time. And that's pretty much going to do it for this episode as well. There's not really anything else I have to do. I know I have to go back to Mount Mortar to get the Dragon Fang. No, the Dragon Scale. I still keep getting those items confused. Yeah, so I'll make a trip back to Mount Mortar, probably at the beginning of the next session to get the Dragon Scale. I'll also make sure it's on a Saturday so I can swing by and get the last day of the week child. And then we can actually start moving towards the Pokemon League. So making some very good progress. And with that, this has been SwimKirby. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.